Take the sword by the handle and seize the moment. Be that colorful, wonderful, rambunctious, wild, creative person that you are, Pisces, and embrace this new jolt of energy that you have. Hi, Pisces. Bailey B hanging out for another intuitive reading to help you explore your subconscious and see what's going on. Thank you for being here. I intend for this reading to give you something fascinating to think about, and I hope you can use that information to lead you to more safety and more fulfillment. I want you to check in with your own intuition to see what feels true and only pick up what's resonating with you. Today I have the Krans Wild Unknown deck out, and I've been feeling like I want to do a reading about what is ending for us right now. We'll look at what is ending, we'll look at why that thing is ending in your life, and then we'll look at how it is going to affect your life. I'm actually going to use the traditional Rider-Waite deck to pull out my main energies, just kind of feeling that right now. So let's start with what is changing. What is changing for Pisces right now? Ooh, the moon. So it's kind of a mystery. Maybe things will become more clear. If things are looking mysterious to you right now, if it's seeming like you don't know exactly where you're headed, but you're getting this sense that you're being pulled in a certain direction, this is something that comes for all of us. It's just a matter if we listen to this call or not. This is a representative of a tame dog and a wild dog, essentially both being attracted to the same moon. And then also we have this crustacean lobster here being pulled forward in the same direction by the moon. And the moon energy is very mysterious. It's about essentially things from our unconscious or subconscious, things that we can't quite put our fingers on, but we all are moved by in some way. This thing, this place that you're headed, this ending that's happening to you, it's inevitable. It's going to happen regardless of whether or not you planned it, you wanted it. It's something that is necessary in the shift of the ebb and flow in your life, and like I said, it's inevitable. It's like you're going to be drawn to this ending in any timeline, like no matter what it is that you're doing. This is something that was always meant to come to an end and basically make room for a jumping off point for you for your next phase. So we're starting with what's changing in the moon energy. And that is the moon energy. It's drawing you towards something that will change your life, change your path, but you're not quite like aware or choosing this thing that is changing. It's something that is out of your control. Okay, and next we will look at why this thing is changing. So why is this Seven of Wands? This change is happening because honestly you've been fighting for too long. I'm getting a feeling of like just exhaustion and frustration. A lot of times I see this card as taking the high road or standing up for your ideals, but at some point it's just an exhausting energy. There's only so long you can stand alone on the top of this hill, explaining and arguing, fighting for your perspective just over and over and over again, and people aren't listening, or you're not being taken seriously. At least that's the feelings that you're having about this situation, and that's why the situation is ending. It is meant for you to see that you don't have to put up with these things anymore, and that it is not always your battle to fight. This is you after you've already done your due diligence, trying to explain to all of these people down here that are waving their sticks at you, bothering you for being different or having a different opinion standing out in some way. I always look at the shoes on the Seven of Wands. He's wearing two different shoes. And so the idea is that this guy's a little different and he's being persecuted here by all of these unseen figures below him. But he is taking the high road here. But you can see on his face, like, he's exhausted. It's something that nobody wants to keep up for very long. I think this thing that you have gone through that is now ending is or was necessary for you to hone in what is true for you, what your ideals and values are, what you are willing to put up with, and what you are not willing to put up with. So it was a very important exercise in establishing what you want, what you don't want, your boundaries, etc. But it is an ending, something that's coming to an end, and it's meant to come to an end. It's something you are always going to be drawn away from at a certain point. Once you were done learning these lessons and once you had exhausted this exercise, this workout that you've gotten in standing up for your values and your principles and what matters to you. All right, so let's talk about how this is going to affect our life. What does this change? How will this affect us? Got 3 energies out here. It's too many, but I'm not going to keep it. The Tower card, obviously a big change. I think this is just confirmation that something is ending. And then maybe a little warning here to do some planning ahead of time. Like, this is the universe giving you a heads up that this thing is going to end and that you need to be planning your next steps. The Queen of Wands reversed could mean someone in your life is like using their creativity or their uniqueness as like a distraction or a badge of honor that's not very genuine. It's screaming like a lack of authenticity to me. So this could be maybe a clue as to who you're dealing with right now, but I want to get one single energy that we can clarify here. So what's one card to describe how this is affecting our life? The Nine of Cups reversed. That's kind of wild because I don't typically have reversals in my deck, but for some reason some of these are reversed. I must have like mixed up the shuffle. But point being, it's supposed to be there for a reason. So typically when I have cards that come up reversed, it's like for a very specific reason. So how is this showing up in your life? It's you emptying these cups. All of these cups that you've earned. You were comfortable where you were at in some way, but it wasn't fulfilling you. It just felt like you were being gluttonous or lazy, or not lazy, but like, I don't believe in laziness, to be honest. People take on the capacity with which they can deal. So upset, or I always want to say upside down, reversed, the Nine of Cups is you letting go of all these comforts. You being like, okay, I'm gonna acknowledge that I've gotten to a certain level with this thing that is changing. But for me, it's time to move on. It's time to give up these cups and start to rebuild. It's giving me like Eight of Cups energy, but specifically the vibe of giving up your comfort. Not that comfort is necessarily a bad thing, but it is difficult to move and grow when you're too comfortable to shift or change or let something go. So this is showing up in your life as you moving outside of your comfort zone, giving up on, like, I keep hearing the word like cushy, like whatever is cushy in your life. Again, I don't want to say that we always have to suffer, but I'm getting the sense that this tiny period coming up is for you to be out of your comfort zone. This change that's happening that you are being drawn to and kind of feels inevitable, like it was going to happen regardless, has helped you, essentially understand your limits and your boundaries. And this is also showing you what you are willing to give up in order to make change and to move forward and to achieve the 10 of Cups, right? Or the 9 of Cups upright. A better standard of life for you is waiting. It's just going to take a second to move from one path that was not serving you or has stopped serving you, moving and shifting and changing to another path. That always means that you're getting rid of things. This could even be like physically emptying your belongings. Like maybe you're selling things, you're having a yard sale, you're paring down, you're donating. Maybe you're even like getting extra cash by selling some of your valuables. It's all in service to this change, this move, this thing that's ending in your life. And I'm not getting any negative energy, honestly, from this reading so far. I think it's just almost matter of fact. I'm getting this sense that you're just like, you know, it's time. You're very convinced about it, and you're kind of not too worried about giving up these comforts, these creature comforts, for the time being, not forever, just for a period, so that you can successfully make this shift and be somewhere that is like much, much more fulfilling for you. And not only that, but it's like you're moving to your, not that you weren't on your path before. You've come to like a turn in your path, and I don't even want to call it like a fork in the road, because there was not another option for you to turn in a different direction. To me, I'm getting this sense that it's like your path is literally just curving on a different trajectory after this particular ending. So let's clarify here now with the Kim Krans deck. What is this moon energy for Pisces? What is Pisces going through? This big change. The change is mysterious. It's drawing us in regardless of what we're doing. What is this moon energy that is here for Pisces? It's a change that's inevitable, this ending that's happening that seems like we're drawn to it. Let's get a few more clarifiers for that energy. 2 more cards. Whoop, that's 3 more. And then we have the Magician on the back. So, the Fool, the Ace of Wands, the Chariot, and then the 4 of Swords. Wow. So let's talk about this. The Fool energy is that energy of not exactly knowing where you are going to land when you take this leap, when you make this jump or this change. This thing that's ending is definitely putting you out of your comfort zone. It's making you feel like a newbie, like a baby chick, right? Just taking its first flight from the nest. And you know, we all have that point where we have to say we're ready, enough. There's enough practice, enough growth, and now it's time for me to jump and take flight, spread my wings, and see what happens. And to, even if you're not successful, it's something that you have to do. It's a chance you have to take. This bird cannot stay in this tree forever and never fly. There is a point that the bird comes to that it's like, this is the time. This is the first flight. I can't guarantee that it is going to be successful, but I've grown enough, I've learned enough, my wings are strong enough, and I'm going to take the chance. I keep hearing that, just a repeating phrase over and over again, like, there's always a first time. There's always a first time. There's always that first flight that every single bird has to take, and take that chance. And, it looks like it's worth it here. This Ace of Wands is an entirely new feeling of power, of inspiration, a new idea that's sprouting and flowering already for you. And I think this is sort of like the glow stick that's attracting you towards it. This new idea, this new passion. It could be a person that you're feeling really passionate about. It could be a project, an idea. It could be just, the way you're feeling around a certain situation. Like, say you're changing jobs within your company, or you are moving to a new city and you're relocating. Things like that can really bring new life and inspiration, and just like a breath of fresh air for us, especially if something has basically played out its course. Like, you are done, you're cooked. It's time to take it out of the oven. I know it's like a terrible metaphor when we're just talking about birds taking flight, but sometimes it's so hard to describe what's in my head. I'm not very good with words, and the struggle for reading tarot is not that I don't have the ideas in my brain. It's trying to pick the words and the metaphors to like articulate the idea. What I'm seeing here now is this really powerful sun energy. Look at this radiating energy coming from the third eye of this lamb, and also above this chariot energy here. I'm also noting how we are clarifying the moon card here, and there is a crescent moon in the third eye of the horse energy on the chariot. So if we're putting all these energies together, for me, this is an idea, a change that you're being drawn towards through your third eye. You've seen in your premonitions, in your dreams, in your thoughts, your daydreams. Daydreams are very powerful, and even if you're not a person who typically will like meditate on an outcome or something like that, if you're a daydreamer, those are totally times where you can spend manifesting and using your third eye to really like open up a channel for new information to come through for you. This Four of Swords signifies rest and the understanding, the inner knowing and glow that comes from having a time of rest and downtime. So this thing that's coming to an end could also be providing a time, could also mean that this time of rest is coming to an end. You may have needed this time of rest for this idea to become clear to you, this drive, this inspiration that you're moving towards with this chariot energy. You have spent all the time resting, growing, taking care of yourself, really honing in that vision. You've gotten messages through this third eye vision that you've been cultivating, and it's time to head out. It's time to make your move. It's time to go. It might be mysterious, it might be something that is a little bit scary because you're new at this and you're not sure what's on the other side of this leap. But you do know you're ready. You've grown enough, and this leap is inevitable because you can't stay where you are any longer. You've outgrown the position that you're currently in. So I really like that energy. And the Magician just saying, like, maybe you don't really see how much you have grown. Maybe you don't really see all of the skills that you've gathered and gained from this past experience, but it's here. We have the infinity symbol here on the cheetah's chest. We also have the pentacle at our disposal, and we have our cup, our wand, our sword, all of the energies that we need in order to manifest. We have done all of the growing, all of the cultivating, and we have all of these tools at our disposal. And this is something that you can be very confident in now, Pisces. Like, you have done the work, you've made it happen, you've allowed for the growth, and you are, again, just, it's like you're ready to take flight, and you're ready to use all of these new skills that you've learned. And I want to point out again this shining bright light, that's just radiating here from a center point. And I really feel like this is the knowledge, the insight that you gained from this previous experience that is really inspiring you to move forward. If you hadn't gone through this experience in the past, you wouldn't have this clarity of vision. So even though you're leaving it, it was absolutely necessary for your growth. All right, so let's clarify this Seven of Wands. What is this Seven of Wands energy talking about? Why this thing is ending for you and changing for you in your life? Why is this Seven of Wands here? Why is this change happening for Pisces? We have the Father of Pentacles. Clarify. Why else? Let's get 2 more cards here. For Pisces energy, the Mother of Cups. So 2 minor arcana energies here. The Father of Pentacles, the Mother of Cups. This could be, again, you maturing. Your energy is grown up. You've mastered your pentacle energy here with the Father of Pentacles. You radiate stability and confidence. You've gotten to a point in your skill level where you are helping others. You're a protector and a provider of some sort, in whatever capacity you've been learning. You're also very fiercely protective of your ideas and emotions. You know how to protect yourself, how to keep your cup full, and you know that that doesn't just happen by continually giving. It's something that you have to do for yourself to maintain your own energy levels, is to be very protective of your emotions here. And the Mother of Cups is the most reverent of our emotions in the tarot deck. So she honors her emotions as sacred and incredible gifts of information for us to make choices through. All right, 1 more card here, 1 more energy for the Seven of Wands. Why this change is happening, why we are moving from standing up for ourselves to a new energy. The Three of Cups reversed. So this is gossip, bad relationships, friend, coworker, family groups that are toxic, that don't serve you, that, and when I say serve you, I don't mean like servitude. I mean, situations that don't help meet your needs or don't help you grow in any way, situations that take instead of give, and it's not reciprocal. There's not a healthy give and take in this group of people for you. It's you basically standing out here on your own, fighting for your principles, your values, and getting resistance the whole time. All along the way, you felt resisted and singled out and kind of made fun of in a way. And this is why things are ending and changing for you. This is a time for you to see how mature you've become with this Father and Mother energy here, and how much you don't need this toxic energy in your life anymore. It is ending so that you can thrive as this Father of Pentacles, Mother of Cups, and you can not waste any more energy on these people, these places, these circles that are just draining you. And it's not something that you're getting lessons from anymore. It's not something that's helping you hone in your boundaries or your ideas anymore. You've come to like maximum capacity in terms of how much, preparation you can do before making this change. So it's changing because it's toxic and because you've grown and matured and learned the lessons that you need to. So honestly, congratulations, Pisces. It's not easy to do all of this work in a toxic environment. Ooh, and the sun is on the back of that pole, so it's leading you to a brighter place, a place of happiness, success, warmth, fun, joy, connection, enjoyment. The sun card is everything. And it's time that we embrace this energy, Pisces. This is where you're headed, and this is why this change is happening. It's time to fly towards the light. All right, so what is this Nine of Cups in reverse energy? How is this showing up? How is this manifesting for you? We've got the Daughter of Swords. What else? What other energy is manifesting for Pisces? The Five of Pentacles. Interesting. How else is this manifesting for Pisces, this change? And then the Three of Pentacles. Okay. Oh, Hermit card on the split there. The Hermit is the inward journey that we take, or represents the person inside that we consult when we have these darker times where we feel more isolated and alone. And that is the time where we can see our own inner light most clearly. So obviously that's what you were doing this whole time, Pisces, was shining your inner light and really like focusing on that so that you can see it more clearly and recognize that light and let it light your path. So I think this is why you've been able to come to this change in your life, is because you've finally cleared that lens and clarified that light that is driving you forward, that is inspiring you to continue with this path despite its challenges. The Daughter of Swords is bright, very sharp-witted, very learned, capable of gathering lots of information when needed. So if you are headed out of your comfort zone and getting rid of some of these creature comforts, it's going to be a time of you also needing to kind of replace those comforts with something new. So the Daughter of Swords to me here is representing you taking the time to do more research, to look up, different ways of coping, different habits. Say you've decided, okay, I'm going to start my own business, which is requiring me to cut down on my expenditures. So I'm going to do more research about which grocery stores are cheaper for which things and reorganize the way I shop. Or, I usually go out to eat for dinner, and because I'm in this situation, I'm picking up, being frugal because of this Five of Pentacles energy here too. But I'm not getting that it's like a negative thing. It's you working through poverty mindset by gathering more information so you feel more in control of those finances and those material comforts. So it's like you're still getting your comforts, like you're still able to have that brownie on a Friday to celebrate, but instead of going to buy it, you make it yourself, if that makes sense. So this is you essentially learning new ways, new habits, looking it up, watching YouTube videos, learning how to basically do something outside of your comfort zone that helps you get towards your goal. And it's about research. That's ultimately what I'm getting here. Like you're researching ways to, yes, give up these things that had made you really comfortable in the past, but you're reworking that. You're figuring out new ways to incorporate those things. The Three of Pentacles and the Five of Pentacles, to me, this is you getting help as well from others. This isn't something that you're doing alone. You don't have to go through this next phase by yourself. You have friends or family, a couple of supports here that are going to climb this mountain with you, that are going to make this change with you, or that are going to support you during this time of change. It's not going to be easy. There's going to be a lot of working out the details, a lot of communication, a lot of challenging moments between you and these other energies that are helping you move forward. But it is going to be a success. It's something that will end up strengthening this journey for you and making it not easier, but more achievable, right? So Definitely, I'm getting this energy that you're learning to rely on others more, even though you are leaving this old situation where you may have felt drained, like you're giving too much to others. I am getting that instead of this negative Three of Cups energy here, you're getting rid of those people and you're gaining new supports with this Three of Pentacles upright energy. This is you basically connecting with these two other energies in order to make a stronger coalition in order to get this thing achieved or to make this change, to let this thing go that is ending for you. And with this support, this is how you're going to combat the feelings of loneliness, isolation, and sadness that you might feel typically when you go through an ending or a change like this. You know, are doing something that's difficult, something that's taking you out of your comfort zone, and it is not easy, Pisces. It's never easy to make a change and to climb this mountain to the peak, you know, but you deserve a support system that actually works for you instead of a support system that works against you. So this is what this change is going to end up manifesting for you as a new support system, a new way of approaching the world, and new people that you're relying on in different ways too. It might not be emotionally, like these people might not be new confidants or new friends or new love interests or anything like that. This is somebody who is interested in building something with you, somebody who is materially on your level. So they have finances that they can contribute, or they have a very hard work ethic that they can contribute. Something in the 3D world that they are contributing to you so that it is an achievable, stable goal. You deserve this, like I said, Pisces, this support. And I think this is why you are able to, yes, feel these feelings of loss, sadness, and even like instability financially, but still know that you're going to get past it and you're going to get through this change, and it is for the best. It's for a better outcome for you in the end. All right, so what is some advice we have here for Pisces? What is the advice we have for this time of change? The Ace of Swords. So this ending is bringing a new beginning. We have the Ace of Swords here. We have the Ace of Wands out here, the Fool energy. It's clearly talking about something new, something that's coming towards you, an epiphany, a bolt of lightning that inspires you to take action and to really embrace this idea of change, of shift, of movement towards a whole new paradigm. Honestly, that's why it feels so uncomfortable. It's like your body is just in a new state and it's gonna feel odd, it's gonna feel strange, but it is honestly, it's going to be so refreshing. It's going to feel like a huge weight off your shoulders once this change happens, and once this ending is over and you move into a new space where you have a beginning. There's, nothing ever ends and stays that way. There's always a beginning after an ending, right? That's what this infinity symbol stands for. It's just, life just keeps going round and round and round. So this is a new epiphany for you, a new shift. The advice is to take the sword by the handle and seize the moment. Be that colorful, wonderful, rambunctious, wild, creative person that you are, Pisces, and embrace this new jolt of energy that you have. This change is inevitable. It was always going to come. So ride the wave. Don't resist it. There's no need for a painful ending. It might be uncomfortable and it might be sad, but it doesn't have to be agonizing. It can be clearing and empowering, and a time for you to really see what your personal power is. We have this sword out here, and I see you grasping this sword and taking the bull by the horns. Taking the initiative, being the one to cut through the red tape, cut through the BS, to cut through the fog and seeing that this action that you're taking is the right step, regardless of what other people might be saying about you or gossiping, or regardless of how difficult this might be or how uncomfortable this might look for you. It's something that you can do. You're equipped. You're ready, Pisces. You are empowered in a whole new way than you've ever been. And again, the advice is to just grab the sword by the handle and take that action. So I hope this inspired you, Pisces. This is amazing energy. I want to know what this ending is for you, what this change that's happening is. If you want to give me details about your situation in the comments below, not too many details, but things that can't really identify you. And I'm always curious about what's going on with you, Pisces. These are all general readings, so it's really difficult for me to hone in on exactly what's happening for each and every one of you. If you're interested in a more personal reading, I do personal readings, and the information is down below. We can get into a lot more detail of this change, this ending, and what it specifically looks like for you if you'd like to. Hit the like button if this reading resonated with you. It helps me, helps my channel grow. I'm here every other day for you, Pisces, and I do this work to connect with y'all, to help in any way I can. And if you guys could reciprocate just by pressing the like button or giving me a subscribe, I would really appreciate it. It will help me meet my goal of 1,000 followers, and it will help me continue to be able to come and bring this information to you every other day. I hope you have a wonderful day or night wherever you are in the world. And as always, I hope you live long and prosper.